If anyone deserves to, he does. Valentino
look at that from Pecco Bagnaia. You've got to love that, haven't you? All of Ducati coming down. Jack Miller, who is pals with Fabio Quartararo, I'll point out, really big pals. Down there with Paolo Ciabatti. That's lovely. From Ducati, gracious in defeat on home soil.
Which is what you would expect, because we know the individuals there.
Yeah, yeah.
Zarco.
And Zarco will be delighted to see his pal step up as world champion. He'll go onto the podium after the other riders do so. Lynn Jarvis there to celebrate with Fabio Quartararo. No podium for him today. He won't care. The Petronas team, Sepang Racing team, they brought him into MotoGP. They gave him this opportunity. Ricky from Ayrton, they're having to get out of the way as the burnout.
Do you know, I love an old school burnout. You don't see as many nowadays because it's not very good for the engine.
With the engine rules,
exactly.
You can't. He doesn't care now.
When you've won a world title, you can do what you want. There'll be no fines being given out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mark Elder down there with Fabio. It's been a great performance from 15th on the grid, and he'll hit again the emotions because this is a team sport and he knows how much his team have been behind him this year. I love that consolation as well from Valentino Rossi down to Pecco Bagnaia. He's been there, and I'm sure his words of advice will set Pecco in good stead for the future.
Tell you what, he's going to take someone's head off with his visor.
He's not going to have any voice left. No. Let's admit it.
Someone's going to get a black eye here. Yeah. The first French rider to win in the Premier class in the history of our sport.
It's huge, and it's huge for the sport in France. This is what the Brits want. This is what we need, isn't it? And it will give such a shot in the arm to motorcycle racing. I love that.
Respect.
You know what? They are great sportsmen in MotoGP across the board. A healthy respect between the riders at the top of this championship.
He's exhausted now. Look at his ex, he's done. Oh.
Still does that with a little bit of style though, doesn't he? Over the top. As Quartararo congratulates Bastianini. He won't care at all, I don't think, at this occasion.
Bastianini will be, he's just thinking, my day's coming, don't you worry, boy, I'll be fighting with you for a championship soon. Bastianini's been so impressive as a rookie this year.
I don't think Fabio's going to have any voice left after this, all the congratulations, but those congratulations will go on to the end of the year as Marc Marquez now comes. They enjoyed so many good battles back in 2019. We haven't really seen one yet so far this year, but they're coming.
We'll see a few next year, if not for the rest of this season. There's in the two races we've got remaining.
I love the fact that he's a showman too, Fabio. It's so good for our sport to see a young lad like him on top of the world. And now we've got another world champion. If you think Mir's out there, he's out there too with Marc Marquez. If Valentino Rossi's making way, what a field in MotoGP we have got heading into 2022. Still 2 more races to go. Don't forget Portimao in a couple of weeks' time, and the finale at Valencia. We're still Moto2 and Moto3 to be decided, of course. This was the moment.
This was
Fabio
the moment.
Quartararo won the world championship effectively.
And I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought this man had got it covered, but like I say, it was just breaking Marquez's spirit and didn't pay the respect Turn 15 deserves. And we've seen throughout, well, the last 2 times we've raced here, well, every time we come here, there's an issue on this corner with the left-hand side of the tyre losing a bit of temperature. You basically have to race this track so different. You race all the track at 1 speed, then you get to that corner and you've got to go through there at about 80%.
Meanwhile, back-to-back wins for Marc Marquez in MotoGP. You have to say, he is back.
Mark, yes, Pecco fell off, but to keep the pressure on him here where he's so brilliantly fast at a track that's not left hand, I think it's my favorite ride of yours of the year. What do you think of it?
It's the most important of the year, this one. I mean, winning a right corner circuit was the corners and the circuits that I struggled a lot this year, and still I'm struggling a bit, but it's the progress, it's the evolution, and it's something special. I mean, is something that will give to me a lot of confidence for these next 2 races, but especially for the winter time, to be more calm, to be patient, and yeah, with the time everything is going in a good way. So this is the most important. Today the pace was unreal on the race. I mean, Pecco was riding super fast. When I saw the 32 low, I mean, I don't know how I was able to stay there, but in the lap when I give up, because I saw that he was extremely fast on that lap, then he crashed. It's true that I was putting pressure to him, but Pecco was the fastest rider on the track today. Apart of that, today is not my day, it's the day of Fabio. I want to congratulate him. He deserved, he did an incredible season, an incredible job. So congrats Fabio, Yamaha team, and yeah, we will try to put some difficulties next year to hit.
Impressive, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Bye, 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 bye.
Well, I think Mark said it all there. Congratulations to him and the boys on the podium, to Paul and to Enea. But the story really today is about Fabio Quartararo. I think it's fair to say, though, on a right-handed track, Mark is back now and in the pack for next year, isn't he?
Yeah, you can tell he's going to take a lot of confidence from that. The rehabilitation. To be able to win round Sachsenring was one thing, then Texas, but here on a right-hand circuit, okay, Pecco handed it to him, but I think Mark is back.
He didn't only hand it to Mark, but also handing the championship to Fabio, and it was tight, wasn't it? You know, but we hoped that he would maybe take it to Portugal. As just we said before the race, a moment can change the championship, and it did today.
What an amazing season, though, by Fabio. I mean, he's been so strong this year. It's so nice to see because he's still a young rider, but with the experience that he's gained from last year, learned from his mistakes, you know, regrouped, and this year he was ever so strong. So, yeah, I mean, I think we all agree that he's a very well-deserved title.
Absolutely, 100%. Let's go down and get the feeling then with Yamaha, because Natalie is with Lynn Jarvis.
Yeah, the celebrations continuing down here. Lynn, many congratulations. What a moment for you and Fabio and the whole team. How proud are you of Fabio Quartararo?
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. You know, he's had a super season, very consistent. Even when things are difficult, he was able to keep his head, keep his cool, keep pushing. Today, you know, we got lucky as well today. But, you know, you also create your own fortune sometimes, and that's racing, that's life. He had a great points advantage. So it's been 6 years since we won the last one. So super happy to be back up front again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they haven't won, have they, since 2015. Jorge Lorenzo was their last world champion. We can now catch up with their brand new world champion. Here is Fabio Quartararo.
Fabio, I'm only allowed one question with you, and it has to be, what does it feel like to be MotoGP world champion?
I still don't believe it. I can't even talk. Feels amazing, and yeah, later maybe I could talk a little bit more, but right now I'm living the dream, and feels good to have also my family with me, and we will enjoy a lot during tonight and until the end of the season.
Massive congratulations.
Thank you.
It was his first match point, and he made it game, set, and match. And there he is celebrating with the former Yamaha world champion, Jorge Lorenzo, 5 times. See if we can hear what he's saying. There we go, see Fabio speaking Spanish perfectly. We love him, don't we? Absolutely adore Fabio. He's such a great character. So important for France, this as well, being the first one. And we saw Jean Zarco go up to his compatriot, congratulate him. How do you feel being a Frenchman?
I feel great. I mean, this is an amazing feeling, and also I feel great because Fabio is just an amazing character. You know, he's a young lad. You know, he's been there for a long time. He's been racing for a long time. He's got a lot of experience, but he's still ever so young, and he shows this. You know, he's got this like Hollywood side to him, which is great. We can see that in the show, and he loves that's it. He loves a little bit of a show, and he loves a bit of a party with his. You know, his suit open, and he's very flamboyant. He's also got a really nice heart, and you can see that, you know, in his celebrations, the way he is with his family around him, the way he just conducts himself in the paddock. So I think this is why everybody's got a lot of respect for him, and right now everybody, even if you're not French, feels quite happy for him.
And that's a beautiful shot, Michael. That'll be iconic in time, I think, won't it?
Yeah, I love the celebrations, and then listening to Fabio talk, getting choked up, overcome with emotion. That's a life's work. 22 years and delivering a world championship. He's still so young, still got such a long future ahead of him. He's the real deal. We've been saying it, you know, all the ingredients. He's fixed all those little chinks in his armour from last season, and then to stand as champion of the world now at 22 years of age, delivering the title back to Yamaha, you know, commendable performance.
And how much of that change has made the difference, do you feel? We heard Lynn say when things aren't going right, he kept it calm, whereas before we've seen him throwing his toys out of the pram. And, you know, because as you say, he is flamboyant, but he really has concentrated on remaining so focused this year, and it's paid dividend.
Yeah, it's so different from last year. I mean, the talent he's always had, and as soon as he got on the Yamaha in MotoGP, he was extremely fast straight away. Obviously, last year he was leading the championship, and then he had some issues. Most of his issues was that in difficult times, he just couldn't get himself back together and recompose himself. He worked through that in the winter, he addressed it, and this is the mark of a champion, you know, like pinpointing your weaknesses, address them, get better, and this is what we've seen. I mean, we've seen that here, yeah, on Friday, Saturday. He was getting ever so frustrated with himself, couldn't do it, didn't get into Q2, was really upset, you know, on the in-lap. But then, guess what? An hour after, he's recomposed himself, and today delivered a great performance.
I'll tell you what, I know we've still got 2 races to go, but we've got one hell of a season next year planned, haven't we, with everybody getting back on it. Let's celebrate this podium and go back with Neil and Gav.
Yeah, thanks very much, Susie. Yeah, back to normal, won't it, hopefully, next year, after all the travails of the last couple of seasons. You know, business as usual in MotoGP, with lots of different manufacturers fighting at the front again. Pol Espargaro, as I said, the 15th podium finisher, 15th different rider to stand on that podium in MotoGP this year. That's remarkable. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez will celebrate a 3rd podium finish. Oh, I had a couple of boos here and there, but can't knock him today. He just picked up the pieces where Pecco Bagnaia dropped his bike. He had nothing to lose, kept the pressure on Pecco, and took that 3rd win. Back-to-back victories for Marc Marquez. First of all, Takeo Yokoyama is going to get the trophy for Honda in the Constructors' Championship. Actually, in terms of that, Ducati will have picked up a few more points on, just 3 more points there from Bastianini to Quartararo in that Constructors' title. In the Teams' Championship, they'll have gone behind Monster Energy Yamaha after both riders crashed out, factory Ducati. So, Enea Bastianini, a 2nd podium for him in his rookie season. The Moto2 World Champion is living up to the hype in the Premier class. Great result for Avintia. Pol Espargaro, his 1st podium of the year for his new Repsol Honda team. He needed that so much, and there'll be a lot of people very happy to see Pol celebrate 2nd place today. He might not have had a say in the championship this season, Marc Marquez, but in a way he piled the pressure on Pecco Bagnaia that led to the championship going to Quartararo. He's won around a clockwise circuit for the first time in 2 years. He is back on top, Marc Marquez, 3rd victory of the season. Watch out, Fabio Quartararo, in 2022.